if things get really hairy here. But as you can see, BDS is spread out quite a bit. Oxygen just now starting to suss out the intel with their drone game downstairs. Yaga will strike first, however, as he moves forward and is able to take out Like. In fact, that's also going to remove, of course, the Fenrir can no longer actively change which of those abilities are, or which of those, utility pieces on the wall are activated at any given time here. Lem strikes back, though. Finds revenge against Fish, so it's a one and done for him to start himself off on this roster. And oh, that's an annoying Kiva there that Dream has to work his way past. Does so without too much of an issue, though, but as you can see, Oxygen are still working on trying to make that entry happen. And maybe going for the first plant attempt in a second. Dream as well snaps the jaws shut from behind as he eliminates Shaiko, completing that garage push.
One more smoke in the tank for Bride. Lems and Renshiro still alive and well as well. Not many of those Goyo canisters still exist. Oxygen should have removed those before this plant started going down. Last smoke grenade out. They will end up losing their garage player, but Foxy more than likely will be able to confirm this, and especially with Newers on this position up top. I mean, just such a strong spot right now for Oxygen. Lems, seriously, you need to win out this engagement. Very desperate here so far as they were not able to shut down the plant, and well, now they have to deal with the repercussions, especially with Newers. Yet again, pivotal spot, pivotal kill. It's going to be down to Renshiro, but it's going to be all for naught. And once that plant usually goes down inside of lockers, you don't really see a reclaim coming from the defense. No, he's more than likely just going to hold on to this for the crosses. They're breaking up a lot of this. They see that the main little paper area upstairs is being held, but they weren't ready for the rotation from Liquifac. I don't even know if they had a drone in there to actually suss out that positioning that was through the paneling. So far so good from him. Might be able to find another one too. That prone position on the windows, you got to be aware. Fish loses his downward spiral right now, at least with this offensive side. A little early here for them, so still a lot of adjustments to be made, but BDS finally able to get something over on them after that very first successful round. Oxygen just kind of losing the plot when it came to the top floor there initially. This situation is going to be, yeah, all for naught as well, as Bride will be able to take him down. That's usually what you get with Monty in those low time situations, or rather low man situations. That is one of the mainstay stairwells. And again, the drone's just not really working out. Is that a Frostman or what happened to you?
No, he downed him. It was just delayed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he got locked in the animation, I think, so it was a little awkward. But
happens pretty often.
All good as the kill is still claimed either way. Lems knows he's got someone else in the neighborhood as well, but there has been a trade. So Lems may have to think twice about this. Could go for the hop out as well, but that'd be too bold probably for this scenario. No, he's gonna go for it though, and the timing is correct. No one else is here to trade him back either. It's beautifully positioned. Oh no! I'm gonna correct myself again. As Dream, positionally, it may not be the smartest move as he's just reset himself outside.
This thing is going to have to sing to be able to close down this shield.
Complete attempted intel but out here for BDS. Oh no! They're trying to stop drone intel at its fullest, but you'll see another one-to-one exchange go off. It's been dead even throughout the entirety of this round. Shaiko finally needing to activate himself from the back end of Archives here. Bride as well, yet to have struck on the inside of this round. Foxy doesn't work himself past the laser gate. Unfortunately, he's at very low HP already, so could not afford to walk through it again. Plant now attempting to go down. The refrag coming through, and no, unfortunately, the support has been taken care of, meaning the planter as well will be dropped as BDS claim a second round in a row and the lead along with it here at 2-1. Incendiaries, which will allow them to go for the hot hop, and indeed, smokes, as I correct myself, are actually going to go in. Renshiro, however, here will be able to spot through those. Can he deny the plant outright? That's not the big question. Losing it, though, is he cannot spot Dream. They think it's behind the chassis. He's somewhat right, but there we go. Denial comes in with just a second or two left on the plant timer there. Beautifully done. Great use of the smart glasses on the Warden as usual. Lems now trying to get a bit more aggro as well. Tries to go for a lurk up the stairs, but Barbed Wire still in position on the first flight. Makes it all too obvious. Nitro's in, but it's way too far flung. Foxy does pick up Renshiro, though, on the repeat, but immediate responses have come in across the board from BDS as they shut down the rest of the aggression and claim a third round.
That's so many ways to try and work their way around this, but Dream is definitely going to have to be aware that he needs to turn himself around from the positioning of BDS because Warden is in play yet again, and Bride can seriously give him some hurt.
Dream dashing in, takes control behind the CEO desk. Shaiko, though, does respond by taking out his supporting player coming in from behind. Lems to pick up the second, and it's all falling to pieces very, very quickly. A valiant attempt from Oxygen to take fast control of the second floor site, but it's not looking like it's going to work as Lems shuts the door on the final player.
Ever since that pick on Shaiko, things have been dead quiet, minus some utility pieces going off to break up a few boards around the map. Liquifac knows that there's potential for somebody to be playing these windows, and yes, indeed, Fish is going to be around the space. Around to hop in, not even going to check. No drone inside of lobby either. What a freebie for Liquifac. And again, Oxygen just not dotting their I's and crossing their T's, John.
Certainly not. That's going to cost them here. Let's come down to the wire. 15 seconds left to go. Dream knows he's got intel and someone around the corner, but he can't find the angle. Just a little too awkward at this point. Has to force himself into the site where another player has gone down. Finally, we see the Fenrir gadget make its mark here as Yaga's going to be blinded out, trying to work his way in through Printer. Has very little intel to play off of, unfortunately, and BDS immediately shutting him down as well. The rampage from BDS continues here as they're now at 5 rounds in a row here to close down the half.
Strong right now, especially for Shaiko. He can kind of just wait things out and see if any Oxygen member rolls in. BDS probably in a very similar situation as well, as he'll take down Foxe. Mid-floor completely in the hands of BDS. Alem's going to take down Newers as well. And Oxygen, where are we? What are we doing? Everyone's just walking into angles and dying.
It's
going all
off.
down to Dream. He's 0-3, and I mean, he's got 3 friends with him in his backpack, but there's 5 on the other team, and they're pretty pissed.
Shaiko just going 1 for 1 for 1 there, it looks like, as he picks up kill after kill after kill, and like you said, the player's just walking into it, it seems, on the OXG side of things. Dream at least denies partially, but yeah, Renshiro just full swings it to end the round here and set up a 6th and potentially penultimate round. Initial peak. He'll back away from it and join his teammates here over by open area and square.
He has to stay here. The reason being is he has to be the distraction. He has to be the rub. Something to make Oxygen focus on him. And it's so very strong from him. Fish able to finally pick it back up. Using that hatch hop. Able to take down one. They'll equalize things here. A little hatch play upstairs as well as Oxygen has extended themselves and the cardiac sensor back in Foxe's hand. He's always been so strong on this character, and they're looking to get it done again as they have the hatch control, something that's so pivotal to getting this plant down. Liquefact, though, he ends up bursting through the back doors, and now he has office control. The plant starts now.
I like the attempt from Oxygen to subvert the expectations and go upstairs, but the problem is BDS don't care. They're going directly for the site. Renshi with the cross as well to immediately cut down Newers from the hatch drop. Foxe, all that remains, and he's taking an 0-2 predictable path. Barbed Wire has already revealed his position as well. A wild spray and a wild headshot from Foxe to lock out Liquefact from this round. He may have gotten the plant, but he's not staying alive for the post-round screen here. It's still a dire situation, even after that kill for Foxe. Stuck between a rock and a hard place, quite literally here, as the elevator peak and the internal site peak, still yet to have been seen, finally shuts him down as BDS take a definitive map number 1 here at 7-1 over Oxygen on Bank.
I was hoping
He's right up against that Kiba, but realizes that may not be the best idea. A few seconds later, backs up into the blue hall.
crazy amount of respect to give it out. Oh.
Hook, line, and sinker right there against Newers. As it takes him down, another member of this team eliminated, and now we are at even odds. 3v3 with just about 30 seconds to go on the clock as well. Oxygen at a loss for words and a loss for strat to some extent in terms of how they should be able to work themselves into wine here. Two are going to try to push the sidewall from the looks of things, but even there, it's not secured. There we go. Patience works out, though. Leaves a window open for Fish to force the issue and force the rotate away, but BDS sends not just one, but two away. Might make it 4 overall on the round here as well. No, Shaiko does it instead, but that's all right. As BDS rebound to take control of the opening round of map number 2 and keep their streak for map 1 going. To really burst themselves onto the site. Not enough confidence to move beyond that at this point here now, since they are down to even numbers. They can't afford to just throw a player at the problem and hope they can trade it out. Now it's going to be too risky being brought down with 3v3, but they don't have time to really go with any other option here. They are just going to have to brute force it. 15 seconds down. You heard our announcer give the warning out. Flashes into the connector here to hopefully blind out whoever's playing to the inside of that. I don't think it's going to work to the degree they would have wanted to. Dream with the wrong read as he tries to go for the pick, and there we go. Renshiro and I believe BDS picking up the final set of 3 kills there to lock out yet another round for BDS. Right within arm's reach, but obviously he needs to be careful about his own personal timing on this, and you can see those Fenrir barricades, or Fenrir mines, excuse me, are set up very well to allow him to frag out if the need should arise as well, but it's actually going to become a Lems that picks up the first real kill here. It's against Yaga as well. An important utility set piece is going to be lost. The nade goes in, but it's far too deep, and even worse, the cross that they try to establish from the outside of Ego there does not find Liquefact. Shaiko now takes that player down from downstairs, I believe, and scores yet again, working himself from the back of that bedroom area. Of course, not to walk into that again, but the intel has already gone out. They know that he's taken that extra step forward here into the office. And more than likely, it's just a matter of time before, like the factor in this case, Renshiro snaps the jaws shut on yet another BDS round. Expected play from BDS catches Oxygen with their pants down and is going to cost them some critical time here. Still with 30 seconds to work it. Under normal situations, that would be doable, but they're losing player count again. Shaiko and BDS both able to strike. Lycovac still with the flank from the top down as well. Dream does get the opening entry against Renshiro's hold in blue tunnel, but that's such a small gesture at this point. Dream as well loses like 99 out of 100 HP in the process, so he's basically a dead man walking right now. There you go. Shaiko completes that prophecy, and now it's just Foxy alone in the 1v4. Still watching for Lycofac's flank, by the way. At least they caught it, but still it pulled Foxy away from the fight. Even when push came to shove, could not win it. Not that it would have really changed things up anyway.
And that's the thing that really just boggles your mind, is that they thought that far ahead. Oh, Yogg, not really going to be able to take an angle around that space, but Newers with 2. This is what we expect out of this man. BDS, he's going to look for a little bit more, and Foxy wasn't ready. It's a 2 versus 2. Lems, it's all down to him. Can he keep perfection here on Chalet? Borndo has the opportunity. He'll knock Yogg's head off. He knows where Fish is. He's low HP too. A single bullet will take him down. Lems, can he keep this perfection?
No.
He gets Fish. Finally, for Oxygen, will get it done, and they'll find their second round. But my God, was it hard fought. It's a bit, but it doesn't hit its mark, and that's mostly because of the trajectory that he chose. But BDS, I mean, their trajectory is now looking towards victory.
Maybe you guys should let that wall closed, actually.
Licky Fack? No, it's gonna be Fish. Oh, Fish is gonna round off, John. It's a huge moment here for him. If he can gather control of this top floor, that skeleton key could be that pivotal piece of utility to try and get yet another round over on BDS, and one that they desperately need here. But the case is now down on the ground, and Fish is a lone soul left alive, breathing air here.
Position there due to the extended presence that BDS had the whole time. It's pretty much seals the deal on this execute before they even get started with it. It's very one-dimensional. They really only have that one angle to play through.
On the building. Lems in the basement right now, breaking up a little bit of the trophy floor.
Awkward angle for the Lems to play if he truly wants to try and look for something on the top end. Meanwhile, it's Renshiro just walking into Newers, who doesn't even seem to be aware of the fact that Renshi's taken this map control. A quick trade from Fish at least prevents it from going completely out of hand. We're back to an even 4v4 very quickly, and now Renshiro also double traded here now by Fish as he picks up a second on the overall round. Yogg's been activated. He knows they've swung in through Solarium and immediately shuts down Shaiko on the inside of that, still with one target to go out on the rappel for Solarium as well. Much better read of the scenario here from Oxygen and an immediate shutdown of any shenanigans from BDS. This is the OXG we were missing in previous rounds and even previous maps here. We need to see more of this here. This is looking like a potential quick shutdown for them to get round number 2 on the board. Well, we'll see, of course, if BDS and Lems have any real surprises for us. For Lems, no, as Yaga shuts down one more before the end of the round here.
Good angle work. A lot of not similar strat, you know, not the exact same thing going on as what BDS was doing, but similar vein with the way that they're breaking up the map and making it to where there's a lot of different things you have to be worried about all at the same time.
In their pocket, they brought 9 flashes into this round. Dream does get down, although not fully killed by the second frag from Shaiko. Oh no, this one, I can't even keep up. There's so much utility coming out. Fish claims one. Foxy gets another with the Nitro. Shaiko's like, to heck with it, I'm just going in. Takes Solarium control. Should have died right there, but no. Newers goes down instead. Dream still down on the ground as well. He'll more than likely be confirmed in a moment. Shaiko also getting dropped. The hop in directly through the Kiba and violating the player that throws it as well. Yaga goes down. Fish the next to fall. It's all on Foxy. They've already known his position for quite some time, so they know he's going to try to play this from bottom to top. Unfortunately, not the most workable position for Foxy to play into here. We'll still see what he can cook up. As you can see, quite a few top-down angles where he might be able to get lucky and use out a player or two with that intel. There we go.
Oh no, he didn't find the planner, John.
2 of them, but like you said, yeah, no planner intel, so that goes down onto the ground. Time starts ticking in the other direction now against Foxy's favor here. 37 seconds to try and work himself up onto it. Realistically, just under 30 now for him to actually get onto the case. And as soon as he ascends to the top of Solarium, bye-bye goes his chances to win out this round. It's BDS up to 6. One more, and the series is theirs. Getting decked by nades 2 rounds back-to-back. Thankfully, looks like he's retrievable from that position, so they are going to try to go for the revive onto him. That is going to prompt an entry, however, from Lycovac. Moves in, takes out Fish, who tries to rotate back to support his team from his more adventurous position he was playing into a few moments prior. Dream behind behind the Kiba, has a little bit of coverage to play from, but at low HP is not going to be able to get too adventurous on those swings himself. Has to sit back and wait for a moment of opportunity, and it's just not looking great. Brede now knocking out Yogg. More and more players going down. Dream, that's the 4th nade he sustained just in the last 2 rounds, and it's a flawless from BDS as they shut it down yet again. 7-1, 7-2 for a 2-0 overall victory over Oxygen.